I can't wait to hear from Catherine because it looks like we have our full panel.
Yeah,
And
it seems like it. I took a look too at the questions and just kind of tossed in a couple, but they're just ideas too. If you
Yeah.
okay, who do we well, should we wait until Catherine gets here just another minute or so before we just review who we have and then we can move on to the questions, I guess. I do have a question.
Terry,
Lisa,
I just had a question about, I'm supposed to put the,
share.
no, they want us to put the closed caption on there.
Oh, that's right. You've claimed host?
I did.
Okay. So you should be able to do that easily.
Show caption. No, is that it? Closed caption is on. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I had a quick question before Catherine came. Have you been able to get in touch with the food people?
Well, that's what I was going to ask you because I think I totally forgot about that.
Okay, because we need, from the last thing we did, everyone ate the chocolate chip cookies and he left everything else. So I'm thinking maybe we'll just get lots of chocolate chip cookies, and nobody drank all those little juice boxes. So I'm wondering if, instead we should just buy some gallons of apple cider or something, because that people did drink last International Women's Day.
What, apple cider?
Yeah, they drank apple cider that came in jugs, but they didn't. Yeah, and I still have jugs of water left over from last spring's Asian Pacific Islander, because we had it for the performers backstage and they all came with their own water. So I still have big jugs of that.
So the same people that do the cookies are the ones that bring the apple cider?
No, we would have to go to a store and get them, because they have little juice boxes, but they don't have like gallon containers. And no one drank the juice boxes. I gave them all to the Boys and Girls Club.
I just feel like juice boxes are probably not.
Yeah, I was thinking more like seltzers and
I was thinking like a soda water or a lemon, like a lemonade, like those nice ones.
I'm trying to be easy because I'm not sure. You'd have to find out if we have access to put things in the cooler in the refrigerator, or if we have to bring our own coolers and ice. Because I have no problem going to the store and picking up, beverages for us. But the matter is, where do we then put them so they're not like hot by the time the program is over?
I can. All right. So just to remind everybody, we are on a recorded Zoom call. And we were just talking snacks before you jumped in. All right. Okay. So I'll reach out to the food person, ask about the cookies. And then
there's an option to those little juice boxes if they have anything else, because those really didn't.
No, I just don't think. Yeah, I wouldn't a juice box. So I asked about drink option.
Yeah, and like I said, if we have to get our own, will we have access to the refrigerator to put them in the cooler, rather than dragging around big cooler chests, which are stored, of course, for the winter.
Right. I mean, I definitely have a cooler, but yeah. Okay.
Oh, I do too, but they're all in like attic storage for the winter. We don't.
Oh no, I have them here handy. But
okay.
Yeah, but I'll find out.
Okay. Catherine, I think we have our whole panel, and it's impressive.
Excellent. Yeah, and I'm sorry, I'm it's school vacation week, so I'm up in Maine skiing with my kids. So I literally just walked in off the ski trip.
Oh, well, thank you for this.
No, I was getting hungry anyway. So I'm excited to hear about the panel. I know I just confirmed one, but who do we have?
Okay. So we have this really impressive military woman. That's who I was able to confirm. And Teresa?
Yeah, Julie Galvin Smith, she's doing it. And then we have Jen Ellis, who is also somebody the Marine recommended.
Could you tell us what I mean, I know that Julie works in public relations. She's going to be the moderator, or is she a panelist? And I don't know Jen Ellie, E-L-Y.
Yep, she's new to town.
What is her profession or career or?
I'm looking for it right. Hold on.
Oh,
Yeah, that was the one that Maureen did a
Right.
little
Yeah.
overview. Yeah.
Let me see. I'm trying to get to the email.
And then we also have my friend Amy Affelbaum confirmed, and she's the partner in her structural engineering firm.
she represents the technical business world. I just ran
Well,
out.
the construction, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hold on I gotta get it down.
And I reached out to Kelly, who's the CFO of the Fenway Group, but she's actually going to be down in Florida that
Oh,
night, or else she said she would have been honored to be on the panel. So that's
oh,
a good person to know
future, right?
future
Yeah.
years, because she really has a big job and has a lot that we could learn from. So
Oh, that's awesome. So Darnellis is a constituent for Mara Healy administration. She
Oh,
is
so
new
she's
with
the
that.
political sphere.
Yep.
Okay, great.
and then Julie's in green energy.
Mhm.
Yes,
And then Amy, and so how many panelists is that? And then the
Shelby is military.
That's
Shelby, and her bio just bowled me over, and
oh,
she
Shelby, the one that was the commander of the
says Hedner, yes.
yeah. Oh wow, that'll be great.
so that's enough people, I think.
We usually have, and Jessica would be great because the gaming industry is someplace that's usually still male dominated.
Yeah.
Talking about,
Well,
I'm
we
fine
talk
either
about
way.
Jess being the moderator, but
Yeah.
also giving some of your own personal
Experience. Yeah, no, I think that
Yeah.
would be powerful to have you give some, information about your experience.
Yeah, I can do I can help as a moderator. I've done that for work. And I don't mind talking to people. I like people.
I
So
I love your
yeah.
moderation stuff. I just think I've seen you in action, and
Yeah.
I just think you could. It's so important to be able to read the audience, but
I
also
was gonna say, and get the thing flowing,
Yeah.
because sometimes
Yeah.
people get stuck on certain things and it's hard to get out of that.
Yeah, I think that's fine. And if people don't have an answer, I can also speak to my experience.
Exactly.
So it's,
Yeah.
I never am short on words.
yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
So we need bios on all these people so I can send out additional press. I sent out flyers. I've got flyers out, but I wanted to send out additional press with more details. And I have all of Shelby's because, God, I'm going to have to distill it. There's so much to it.
Right. I was gonna say, that's not to be that long, so then we can hear about more of their story when they're there, right?
Right. But we do want to have that on hand because for press to get people excited about coming. So you think 4 people on the panel and a moderator is enough? We usually have 5. So
No, I
4
think
is
that's
enough?
good. I feel
we
like we have
we have 2 politicians. I mean, we have Julie,
Julie.
Janelli, Amy, Shelby, so that's 4.
Yeah, that's 4.
Oh,
Yep.
I could reach out to my friend Ariane, who she is a leader in I think she's a CFO, but it's a minority run company who
Oh,
she lives in Wakefield, and they're I'll get the information on the company, but she would be great. She's um a Wakefield um resident, but I can send you over her bio, but um she's often traveling for work, so I'll have
Right.
to tell to see
what is her name?
Ariane Kidder.
Ariana Kidder. She's not a woman of color, though. She's a woman.
Yes, she's a woman of color, and
Oh,
she is a I'm gonna So trying to see what her exact title is right now.
I mean, you can check and see, but I honestly feel that just even having Jess there to be able to kind of also, I
Yeah,
think
reach
will
out.
be good.
I
Yeah,
think, because how long will the whole thing,
it's only an hour.
It's an hour.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
we have
I
5
think
questions. That's
if
it. 5
they,
questions.
if somebody can be on it, I think, or is enthusiastic to be there, I think we can work with that number, or we can work with 4. Like we'll either add more questions or, or narrow it down and have more people.
Right.
Okay, so I'm just reading an article about Ariane and on Boston. Okay, so her company, she and Jason Robart co-founded SAE Ventures. They are determined to use their experience, influence, and positions to help make their business, organization, and world more inclusive. They are breaking barriers and then reaching back to help those so they are making sure companies are more inclusive and
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think that that's really great, because if that person, if she can be on the panel, then she could definitely speak to what companies can do.
Right.
Whereas I feel like sometimes you are limited in what you're able to have your company do, especially if, say, you're the military. And even in my industry, like our company, does what I mean, our company does what they're very corporate, so their motivation is corporate. So so my ability to change them, especially they are based in Paris. So my ability to
wow.
change them is not as comprehensive as, say, somebody who might have some ideas for both what companies can do and maybe what you can do if you are not at a level that you can sort of change your
Have that influence. Right.
So if they can be there, if Ariane can be there, then great. And if not, we can work with what we've got, we can always-
okay, I'm texting her right now.
Thank you.
Off the top of my head, because I don't have it up. What's our date again? March
7th.
March 7th at 7.
Okay. It's 2 weeks away.
And do you need bios, but do you need headshots or any image of people?
Headshots would be terrific. I'm not sure the papers will publish them at all.
Okay.
So I probably not. I'll bring a camera to the event and be the photographer
Okay.
at the event and welcome people. But yeah, the paper usually won't publish the headshots.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that.
I didn't know for any
When
of
will you
the art.
want them by?
With bios, like as soon as possible. If you get them to me tomorrow, I'll start writing them up and get things in the newspaper by Monday. So over the weekend, I will get things in the paper for you by Monday, and then that'll be the detail article, and then I'll put in a reminder articles for the following Monday, so it's in the paper again just before the March 7th to remind people.
And who is handling our Facebook account?
It's me. I'll actually have a wonderful volunteer. Vanessa Westlake has volunteered her cousin Grace to help us out. And
so
I know
they can post it there on the Facebook.
I have been posting. It's not my natural milieu, so it's always stressful. But I'm going to be. Grace is willing to do it, and I've actually hired Grace in the past to take care of things at my house when we were away. So I know she's super responsible. Yeah. So I will talk to Grace, but in the meantime, I'm taking care of it. And also, of course, Jen McDonald will put it on our Facebook, our not Facebook, our webpage, and she will send out next week a broadcast to the whole community with all this information. So she has an email list of over, I think, 2,000 people. Our email list is about 100, 110. I'll send it out to those people too, advance notice to all of them. So we'll have wide distribution, and like I said, the flyers are out there. And I sent all of you an 8.5 by 11 rendition because I'll put it up in Cravings, Farmland, in the library. Okay. But if you can think of other places and you have a printer, a color printer, post them. People are willing to post them. A lot of places are. So the one place, I don't know if anyone has an in. I thought the bread shop would be really open to posting for International Women's Day, and they wouldn't put anything up. But I don't know if any of you have a.
They moved, so it's closed now.
It's closed, out of business.
No, they
No,
moved to
they moved
Melrose.
Yeah, they moved to Melrose.
Oh,
So they're not there, so they have the building is kind of
Oh,
closed
yeah.
or something.
forget that. But I know that other places in town, if I can get kids from the youth council, they'll put them up around the laundromats and things like that, for us in different restaurants. And I can ask, and Teresa, do you need some volunteers on site? Because last year I had a whole team of students doing welcoming. And
That's always nice if we have people doing that.
okay, because, we'll be there, but you'll be very busy. You'll be on stage taking care of things, and Jess will be very busy.
Mhm.
And we always have a welcome table, and like I said, I'll walk around with my camera and take lots of pictures. But the catering part, the food part, also has to be handled. So I'll see if I can get some students.
Yeah, no, that would be nice. So for the
And-
next, go ahead.
I have a question with Catherine. When the students do this kind of thing, do they get credit? Like, do they get service credit? Because a lot of places give service credit when students volunteer.
Yeah, so what I can do is if you give me the information, I can send it along to Meg Delory, who's oversees the National Honor Society, and those students need a certain amount of credits,
Oh, wow.
volunteer hours. So and she's also a guidance counselor, so she'll put the opportunity out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we can definitely get, and between the youth council and the youth action team, there are a lot of youth that are interested in this, type of work. So, I'm sure we'll get a good crew of, oh, the other thing that did I send you all? We're going to have a high school student on the panel too.
Oh, nice.
Meg was reaching out to, did you see my email? Haitha, or I can't remember her exact name, but she's working to get us a high school person on the panel.
I'm wondering how that's going to work, considering the whole theme, because the high school student hasn't had experience out there yet.
Yeah, but we can work with it. I feel like I just wouldn't ask them all the questions, and I mean, it would be like if that person's going to be on, I probably would prep some questions specifically for them and just say like, hey, you don't have to tell me that you I'll just address it, and then they can kind of because if we have that, I think it would be nice. It feels nice to be able to include that perspective and how they're thinking about going out into the world.
Exactly.
It's so often so different from like what I have found, even in my own age disparity with the people who work for me, is that my answers are often so jaded and theirs are not. And so it sometimes is nice. It's nice where I'm like, yeah, even try.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, so I think we can just, if that's confirmed, then we can just write up some specific questions to make them feel included and
Yeah, Meg is working on, she was reaching out, but when we met was Thursday night, and then Friday we went into vacation. So Meg and I were communicating on Friday. So she's excited. And I think it's really important. I think our community really needs to show that we value young people, their voices, and that's part of being inclusive, is making sure that we're hearing that voice.
Okay. Well, Jess, since you're obviously an experienced facilitator, do you want to just take the questions that we send to you and you formulate the ones that you want to ask?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind doing that, but anybody who wants to like toss any ideas on there or amend or edit, I probably like if we end up say with 5 panelists and a student panelist, then we probably likely won't get to all of them. So maybe, if people want to weigh in on what's most interesting to them of the questions or anything like that, because then I like that will help just because you all have the benefit of maybe having attended these before or seen, like what the audience is looking for, what they respond to best. So feel free to
Yeah, sometimes when you get to the fifth person that's answering the same question, it's
well,
So it
and we
gets,
can
yeah, it gets a little, yeah.
we can also do it like that, like everybody doesn't have to be asked every single question. Like I think that we can like some of them can be introductory questions of like everybody tell us what you do, everybody tell us maybe like what your like did you have a pathway or an unconventional pathway to it, or what did you want to be when you grew up versus what are you.
Yeah.
And then like beyond introductory questions that maybe everybody will need to answer so we know who they are and what their perspective is generally, then each of the other questions can be asked to people, and we can I want people to kind of see the questions ahead of time,
Absolutely.
but I would still
Yeah.
share all of them, because also if people want to discuss a little bit, like if something is like if something brings up a thought from someone else, then we want them to be able to chime in too. So I
Right.
think it can be run in kind of a nice, relaxed roundtable way.
Okay. I've gone to a lot of these, and usually there's one or two generic ones that everybody answers, and the other ones are a matter of who wants to answer.
Oh,
So if you could direct it, or you don't have to direct it. You can just ask the question and
Yeah.
allow who. And you know what ends up happening? They end up having conversations on the panel. People will chime in
Yeah.
and say, or Teresa, because you've seen this, that
mhm.
there's absolutely no dead air. There's always lots of talking going on. But other than like that, your pathway, how you got to this point, what was your initial choices in life, and how did you get here? And usually there's also a summarizing question at the end, a closing question that you might want to ask everybody to
Yeah.
give them a chance to sort of sum up, their take. So, like I said, you only need probably, like I said, one or two introductory, maybe three that are thrown out as and then a concluding one that sort of pulls it all together. And you will have a full hour, and you won't have to say much. They'll keep talking.
Yeah.
It's because we're talking about people who are very accomplished. They're accustomed to discussing what they do with other people and making their case. And I think we really need to get that and the bios I think we need to introduce all of them. Once I have all the bio material, if you can provide me with email for each of the speakers, I will say, I want to introduce you to your co-panelist and say, and we will shortly send you the questions we plan to ask. And that way they'll have everything in advance, a week in advance of this.
Right.
Okay, so as I said, if you can send me bios and email addresses, I'll make sure everybody sees who else is on the panel. And I mean, a lot of these folks, they probably have, if you Google them, you're going to find a lot anyway.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, Teresa, what next?
Yep. So I'll follow up with the food people, confirm, for the cafeteria, did you say I had to ask for a different request in the room?
No, you just have to make sure that on your request, you tell them that you want to use the cafeteria as well as the auditorium.
I don't know if I did that. I'll
That's
know
all. They need to know.
that. Okay. So I'll check with your email about the food, the drinks, and then I'll reach out to the two people that I contacted and get their bios, send them to you and send you the emails.
And I have
Yeah.
cups and napkins left over from the last program.
And then for the volunteers, I know Catherine said she's gonna reach out to somebody. Do we just share the flyer from like letting them know what it is, or do you need something more specific, Catherine?
No, I can share the flyer and just say we're looking for
Yeah,
volunteers
just people to
to,
be kind of welcoming table and just letting people know where they have to go, like where the auditorium is. I mean, or
Yeah,
bathrooms.
or we can wait until Vanessa gets back from her vacation after this weekend, and I can just ask her, and she'll bring great volunteers from the youth council. She'll bring a few people. We can do
Yeah.
that as well, instead
we
of
can
a
do
roll
both.
call.
I think it's too is we're not going to turn away volunteers, so we can give them things to do. They can, you know, um, we'll make sure that we have plenty there.
Yeah, no, that'll be good.
I have my notes from the last time on the different teams we had. Because we had people that were directing people. I ended up handing off my camera to somebody actually, but this time I don't need to because I'm not Teresa. Teresa's running this. And we needed people in the cafeteria setting things up. We needed people at our HRC table.
Mhm.
And we had volunteers who made sure that if there was anyone who was interested in future programs, that we got their email addresses, their permission, and so we can build our email list. So right off, there's 4 or 5 different things that we can have kids do.
I'm happy to coordinate the volunteers day of, so I
Thank
can make sure that they have everyone that comes in to volunteer has a place and a purpose.
That's awesome. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you.
So, and I'm not gonna be able to be next week at the HRC meeting. I have to actually, I'm traveling for work, but are you able to just announce to everybody that we're having this event, and if, you know, at least we have 2 people that they can volunteer for the table, for our HRC
Oh,
table?
yes, yes. Yeah, I'm going to encourage, just as I did for Martin Luther King, that all hands on board who are
Right.
available. And it worked.
Yeah.
We had just about everyone was there. It was great.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that we can do the same, even though we're much diminished in numbers, we can do the same.
To that end, I also will not be able to be there this next Tuesday. I've got my last storytelling class that I've got to do.
Oh
I don't
boy.
know if that, at our current numbers, I don't know what that puts us at.
It's going to be a very short meeting.
Okay.
Very short. We're not going to be voting on anything. We'll just do some brief discussion. It'll probably be done in 20 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. And I'm sorry about having to change it, but not having the point of reference of children in school, I completely forgot about the fact it was a school holiday on Monday. And so when I sent in my request for a meeting, when I usually do, which is 7 o'clock on Thursday morning, that request was rejected.
Right.
And I got scolded.
Yeah,
But
President's Day is a hard
I
one.
mean, I don't have a job, so
Right.
I know it was a holiday. And so that's why I moved it, thinking, well, maybe this will be easier because people do have children in school. I know Vanessa was away.
Mhm.
So as it turns out, the 27th is not a great day either. We'll have a short meeting,
Okay.
just very short. Okay. And I will tell whoever's there, I'll fill them in, on what's going on. And actually, the other thing I wanted to talk to them about, which maybe you can talk to me about offline either, is how we're going to handle the Asian Pacific Islander this year. Because last year was this giant extravaganza thing with 4 hours of entertainment, and doing that again, I mean, good, but it's a bear. So I wanted to see what people thought about that. So just give it a thought. And if you have any thoughts, share them with me. It's just a matter of, because the planning has to begin. And I know I have community volunteers, but I know that I'm going to be shorthanded again when it comes to commission volunteers.
Okay, all right.
So,
So
Okay.
for this one, so just, I think we're good, right? To wrap up. I mean, I don't know, Jess, you're gonna take a look at the questions. I know Catherine, I don't know if you got a chance to look at them, or if you had any suggestions to add to the
Okay,
list.
I'll do that. And I'll
then-
get those bios over to you, Sherry.
Sherry,
as soon-
right? And then if you hear from anybody else in regards to wanting to be in the panel, or to confirm, if they're gonna do it or not, but I think we're in a good place right now. I feel pretty confident.
oh, I think this is a fantastic panel.
Yeah,
So,
I think it'll be
terrific.
good. And
Okay.
WCAT is all set, right? You got an email from them, Sherry. I think you took care of it. I don't know.
What is that? I'm sorry.
For WCAT?
You contacted them.
Yeah, and then they go back and then you
Yes,
answer.
and she just wanted the date.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay, so we're good.
they need to know how many microphones you want.
Okay,
That's important.
so I'll just say,
You'll have to confirm that.
I'll give them a number.
And they're absolutely, as you know, they're absolutely terrific. They make sure the sound is working.
Yeah.
I don't know what the situation is going to be on the stage. Last year, because there was a play being rehearsed,
Oh,
There
yeah, we were kind of forward.
spots all over the place that we
Yeah.
had to kind of like try to hide or push to the side because the stage looked kind of messy. So we'll all get there earlier and check it out.
Yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think we're good now. Cool.
Okay. So
Bye,
thank
everyone.
All right,
we-
enjoy the rest of your vacation, people.
Are we have another follow-up at all before?
We can try. Let's see. Do you want to do like a quick check-in next Thursday? Thursday, I'm gonna be traveling. Let's.
Or even the Monday or Tuesday before.
All right.
Yeah. What is that date? The Monday before? Is that the?
Let me look at my calendar.
Oh, that's already March, huh?
Yeah, Monday
Yeah.
4th.
Wow.
I'm away in Florida, I think, until that Monday.
You want to
But
Oh, no. No, there is a February Monday. Oh, here's my glasses.
That's next Monday.
Yeah, no, that's too soon. Unless we do, are you away Friday too, Jess?
yeah, I'm doing Friday to Monday, but I mean, if like I don't mind doing like if you wanted, like I can just catch up for
Yeah, no, we can.
I,
Are you
you know,
doing
like
it on Tuesday, on Thursday next week, the 29th? last-
let's see. 29th during the day. I am available. At night. I'm running our show.
Yeah, I'm gonna be traveling that day.
Oh, okay. And
I
Friday
could,
is March.
I could do a noon check-in that Thursday.
Are all of us available noon check-in on the 29th?
Teresa's traveling.
Teresa's traveling.
No, I can actually, I might be able to do noon.
Okay.
Okay, so should I put it on the calendar for like noon for IWD?
Yeah, we
Check-in?
could do a quick check-in.
All right,
Yeah.
well,
If we can keep it to 15 to 20 minutes, that'd be great.
Yeah.
okay, so the 28th at 12.
No, 29th.
Um,
29th, leap year,
Leap year.
Oh,
Thursday
Friday
is
the 29th?
Thursday.
Thursday.
Looking at,
Friday is the
I'm
first of
sorry.
March.
I'm looking at March, like, what is happening? All right, so the 29th at 12.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, 29th at 12, so I'm gonna send that to get that Zoom link.
And that way, just in case we have anything last minute that we want to iron
Okay.
out.
All right.
Excellent.
All right, will
Great.
do. Thank you. Thank you,
What a
everybody.
team of
Appreciate it.
women. It always takes a team of women to get things
All
done
right.
like this, right?
Bye.
Bye.
Excellent. Bye-bye now.
Bye.